Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, September 14th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Sonia Shrivastava. Thank you for joining us tonight. With heavy hearts, Central High School students host a memorial tribute for their slain classmate, Markel Ross, this afternoon. Ross was shot and killed Tuesday morning as he walked to school. I had a chance to go to the memorial. Here's the story from Capitol Heights. It's still hard for many of these Central High School students to believe that their classmate and friend, 18-year-old Markel Ross, is gone forever. Today, in solidarity, the school came together right before dismissal for a memorial. The students were each given a light blue balloon. They then walked around the football field to create a circle. After a moment of silence, the balloons were released into the sky. Ross's mom, Elizabeth, says she was overwhelmed and comforted to know her son was so loved.
I know that he had a lot of people that loved him, but I didn't think of all this, and I couldn't even ask for this.
So he was your older brother? Yeah. What was he like?
He was like a role model. I looked up to him. I never told him, but I wish I did. It's just not the same without Markel being here. Every day I go in his room. I just wish that I just could see him again.
Ross was walking to school around 6:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning in the 6100 block of Central Avenue when he was shot and killed. Markel was found in his school uniform with his book bag with him. 3 days after the murder, police still have no suspects or a motive.
It's going to be the smallest amount of information that closes this case. Information that someone may deem insignificant is going to be the information that we need.
I cannot rest. I cannot move forward to know that that person is out there that killed my son. And I also have other kids that attend Central High School.
He was my favorite cousin, and I was his favorite cousin. And he was like a brother to me, and it's sad that somebody did that to my cousin.
On a clear, sunny day, as if Ross was there in spirit, a rainbow appeared in the sky as the balloons floated away. Now, the school is accepting donations on behalf of the Ross family. The money will be used to create a memorial fund. And for more information on that, you can call 301-499-7080. Well, meanwhile, last night, dozens of parents gathered at Central High for a back-to-school night that turned into a community meeting with police. Many we spoke to were concerned about the safety of their own children. One parent tells one person tells CTV that officials need to be more vigilant.
There's a car here. You can see it in the school. Well, my problem is between the school and the bus stop. That's what happens. Because when I left work early one day and I came to pick my son up, and there were boys hanging at the end of the street that they didn't attend the school. So that's my issue. I mean, how can we protect the kids that leave school to get home? What are we going to do? So that's just my, that's my biggest problem.
You have not found anyone who is suspected of the killing, and with that, what are you doing about it? And is there something parents or people in the community or the student, what can we do?
Well, it's been nearly a month since a 17-year-old Flowers High School student was gunned down. Amber Stanley's murder has left the police and the community with many questions. The biggest one being, who did it? Denise Douglas has the latest.
But this morning we're here to talk about the murder of Amber Stanley.
Police were outside this Starbucks in Kettering, again handing out flyers, hoping for any clue that could lead them to Amber Stanley's killer.
I think the biggest bang for our buck at this point in terms of getting information will be because of the work we do out here on the street, having that FaceTime with our residents.
Investigators don't believe it was a random shooting. The 17-year-old was asleep in her bed when someone broke into the family's home and opened fire on her.
I mean, I've got children too, and, with something as brazen as that, you want to make sure that person is caught.
Jeff Henderson, who doesn't live far from where it happened, says he's still in shock.
It's really impactful to me and my wife, and so I'm glad they're out here doing this.
Amber is every one of our child.
It's the kind of crime that has touched the entire community, not only because it was brutal, but because investigators say there is nothing in Stanley's background to indicate why or who would want her dead. By all accounts, she was a good person and great student with a bright future. She planned to study medicine at Harvard University. So as they continue to search for answers, police are leaning heavily on the community to help crack this case. You can see that a $25,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to Amber Stanley's killer. Meanwhile, police plan to continue their canvassing efforts here, and later on today at the Mitchellville Shopping Center, they will also lead a community walk from that location on the 26th, hoping to get more clues. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
And if you have any information on the murder, you can call Crime Solvers. That number is 1-866-411-TIPS. Well, recent mass shootings, including the one at a movie theater in Colorado and another at a Sikh temple in Wisconsin, are once again sparking the gun control debate. You may recall back in June, the Prince George's County Council passed a bill that requires convicted gun offenders to register on a database. In addition, they need to check in with police every 6 months for a 5-year period.
What we try to do is take guns off the street as much as possible, and every single person we stop with a traffic stop, a routine stop, just with drug activity that has a gun on them, it will eliminate situations like this. Just having a gun on you illegally, we don't know, but obviously somebody had a gun because someone shot shot Markel. So you had a gun, but it will definitely, this is why we have gun laws and gun registry, to eliminate situations like this.
As we've seen all over the country, incidents happen and they have a tremendous impact, not only on that school, but on the entire community and in the nation. When you start thinking about young people becoming victims of senseless acts of violence,
And Michael Blow tells CTV News that the school system is prepared to bring in more grief counselors to Central High School if needed.
The bodies of 4 Americans killed in the attack on the U.S. Consulate in Libya are back home tonight. The caskets were flown to Andrews Air Force Base this afternoon, where the families of the victims and dignitaries waited. Both Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and President Obama have condemned the attacks. Authorities believe the attackers wanted to inflict maximum damage on key Western interests and divide a wedge between Americans and Libyans. Meanwhile, 4 people have been arrested in connection with the crime, but they have not been identified. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Sonia Shrivastava.
And I'm Patricia Ballone.